This invisible woman took off her clothes one by one, and then let her husband hold her in his arms and walked towards the bank in public. The two parents had a bold idea. The old woman, Amy, wanted to use invisibility technology to obtain bank insurance. Her husband, David, was responsible for going to the front desk to handle the business, and Amy followed the bank manager to the office, then squatted aside and watched her enter the password for the safe. As if she felt the blazing eyes and a slight smile, she couldn't help but turned her head, took a look, and found that there was nothing. So she continued the action at hand. This reaction made Amy couldn't help but secretly rejoice. In fact, it was not just her, but the whole family had unexpectedly obtained the little girl with superpowers. He became a strong man who could easily bend a steel pipe. He also became an undead tribe. He lived for more than 100 years and couldn't leave even if he wanted to. His mother transformed into a little flying hero and could fly out 108,000 miles away with just a heel. Not at all. Putting Newton in the eyes, my brother can communicate with animals without any barriers. He only needs 10 winks and a few will be obedient and listen to his words. As for his father's ability, it is really a bit embarrassing. Although he can move instantly, there are many ways to open it. It's a little bit eye-catching because he farts out of joy. For this reason, my father has already had more than 77, and he can't go to the toilet properly. But as for the most useless ability, it has to be my husband David. His index finger can stick out like a needle. 8. 2. The only use of the old white liver can only be to water the flowers and buy a drink. Since the superpowers of this family come from an extraterrestrial meteorite, everyone can only hug together to keep warm. As long as one of them leaves, it will be more than 30 meters away. All his superpowers will be ineffective. Not only that, the family members outside the bank were waiting for pickup, but were forcibly driven away by the bank's cash transport truck. The next second, the old man directly burped, but inside the bank it was even more irritating. Amy did it on the spot. The thorns were exposed strip by strip in front of the bank manager. Seeing that the matter was revealed, the B family members carried the dead grandfather to the safe area. Amy was saved only then. During the incident, the father was not caught and disappeared out of thin air. He came to a narrow space where he could not see his fingers. The next second, the father saw the light again. It was so embarrassing. It turned out that he got into the cash transport truck next door. After this farce ended, everything. No one has done it anymore. Thinking that robbing a bank is impossible. Only Amy's husband David is still pleading, because he still has a huge loan shark waiting for him. If his mother-in-law does not repay on time, then he will only die. First, let's briefly introduce how this family's superpowers came about. If you like this story, please subscribe.